brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Oh, these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I'm so glad that you tuned in today, man. This was a hard week. I mean, I picked up a new job, and it's like I'm working from dark to dark, man. So when I get home, the best thing I can do is have me one drink, enjoy some time with Lynn, and then, play with my snakes. So it's Friday, and, this is Enrichment Day. I've had a very long week, so all day I've been looking forward to basically coming here and playing with my kids. These are my kids forever, right? And just getting them out of the tubs, letting them stretch their legs, even though they don't have any fucking legs. Picking up my beer. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Gus's Fried Chicken down in Austin. I'm pretty sure they have it somewhere else. But, Gus's is good, like the beer that's in here. I don't know the YouTube policy on drinking beer, but I damn sure like to drink it. But so let me get right into it. I'm going to start getting some snakes out of the cages. But I'm going to show you one way, of course, the way that we all know. You grab a snake, right? I'm just doing this as is. No editing, no nothing. This is what I do on Fridays. And so this is our sulfur. This is Shakira, our sulfur pinstripe head clown, possibly orange dream. I haven't had her genetic tested yet. But yeah, this is Shakira. And so what I normally do is I start with the tail, right? Because I got to get them. This is a way for me to exercise. And we throw around buzzwords like enrichment and quality of life and shit like that. Nobody knows what that means. I really just want to give my snakes exercise because they do live in tubs and I don't want them to be just in there all the time. So I always take them out and kind of, I'm not going to say manhandle them, but I do move them around enough to where they get moving and they're active and they get their blood flowing. And I just want them to get a mild workout. So what I do is I just wrap them around my arm and then I just keep moving them and stuff like that. And that way they get to work out some other senses other than just being in that tub, because I can keep these tubs sanitary, like I said before, but at the end of the day, I got to get my snakes out of their tubs at least twice a week so that they can, just stay active. And what I've also found is that it keeps their appetite up. Now, since I've started doing this, all of my snakes are on food. And when the food comes, it's like they've worked up an appetite, so to speak, versus just sleeping all day. So Shakira is going to stay out. I'm going to put her around my neck, and hopefully she won't mess up my microphone. We'll see. I'm gonna give her a try. She's not big enough to actually hurt anything. And while she's out, I'm going to go ahead and grab another snake. So this is Boo, our bamboo inchi calico. So, you've seen her before. She's getting really white, guys. Look at this. She's almost all white. And I think that's the inchy influence with the calico that's making her do this. Of course, the bamboo is the patterning. There's nothing else like bamboo. I'll do her the same way. I'll start with her tail because that's where a lot of the muscles are. It seems like, you better have a strong sphincter. And I just wrap her around, guys. And then I just kind of see if she'll stay like that. And that's how I get this part of the enrichment done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with these snakes real quick. Give me some time and I'm going to show you the other ways that I actually have. Like, I actually got playpens for my fucking snakes. So just stick around here, guys. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Whew, man, I'm telling you, that lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. I don't know. They just got really active. And before long, it seems like I thought I was exercising them. But no, they were exercising me. So now they're up and I'm gonna do one at a time for the purpose of this video. Because it's kind of hard to manage the camera and manage your snakes and drink beer, you know what I'm saying, out of a cup. This is pretty good. So this is our pastel calico. And you can see, I really like the calico. This is what got me back into ball pythons. Just seeing that white come up. She doesn't have yellow belly. She's just a 2-gene incomplete dominant pastel and calico or sugar. but you can see her. And so what I'll do for the other part of the enrichment, because again, I want to make sure that they keep their muscle tone. So if you could actually feel her, she feels very solid. You notice that a lot of my snakes aren't headshot because I handle them all the time. I can actually grab their heads. They won't really just jerk back. Every now and then, I think if I scare them, they will, but I spend so much time holding them to where I can actually feel their bodies now and tell, you know, like that this is actually working because they feel solid all the way through. There's no loose skin. They're not overweight. You know, they're just really active. But again, so a while back I did this, big butt. I did this video on how to make the snake tree out of PVC, and I just paper mache'd it and I sprayed it with grout sealant after I painted it and everything. And I think it turned out good. Paying attention to our snakes because they have been known to kind of wind their way down, and then next thing you know, I'm like, where is the snake? So this is another thing. It's like a jungle gym. The only thing is if you make this as a precaution, you want to put something soft down at the bottom just in case they decide to jump for it, with the case of ball pythons, because they're not really arboreal snakes, but they can use it. So the same principle, I just take it, if she'll let me. I take the tail and I make sure I wrap the tail around, and then I just really try to make sure that they're in there. And so by doing it like that and just keeping my hands right there since I'm over here, I make sure that they don't fall. But you can see that this is a whole lot, this is an all new environment. Every time I put them up here, they just want to get away, they want to climb, they want to investigate things. So now what I would do is show you the other two options that we have that we use a little bit more frequently because it allows you to go on with your life. So if you're getting home and you're trying to get through, you know, provide exercise for a lot of snakes, you want to have something that is enclosed. As for the next one, what I'll have is I'll use this bar stool, and this works great because it won't fall. It's got legs on it. And I'll use this net. This is a tree net, and here's a description right here. And that's fuck you, Fred, in there. He was supposed to be asleep, but you know, I put this light on just for a little bit, dog. Just chill, don't go crazy. Well, you can get these on Amazon. So here's the link again. Like, it's very cheap. You get two of these tree bags for about $14. And what I do is I take these huge tree bags and I put it over the bar stool. Let me see if I can do this. Normally I'm not filming, so I don't have to try to keep an eye out for my snakes, but now I do. So this works really well, especially if things are on a budget, which I think you should try to find as many budget-minded things as you can. And so you can see this fits all the way in there. So sometimes you don't want to get a bag that's too small. And I'll take Madonna, or yellow-bellied head clown, and I'll put her just right inside of there. And so in doing so, it has a drawstring on it. So I would draw that all the way up. And as a precaution, I would say tie this up so you don't really have to tie it tight. Just wrap it around a lot like it is. You know how when you get your snakes in the snake bags, when you get them through the mail, just do it like that, you know, but I wouldn't pull it all the way through. Just pull it just enough to where it stays tight and fluff it out. As you can see, she gets the free roam in there now instead of just sitting still. And you can see her moving, and because it's mesh and because the bag is mesh, then it's not going to cut off her airflow. So this is one of the best ways that I know, you know, just taking something that you already have around the house. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bar stool. It could be a chair. It could be whatever you want. You could make something, but as long as it's not going to fall over on them. And so with the legs open, it won't fall over on them. But this lets her, or any of the snakes, I say it's a her because it's a her, but it lets the snakes actually get around and get some exercise. Taking them out of that humid environment and putting them in a fresh air environment, I say about twice a week if you can, will pay huge benefits for your snake, and it'll pay huge benefits for you as well. Because if you just keep your snake or your animal in an enclosure, that's great, right? It's great. They thrive well, they do well, but at the end of the day, you didn't buy them for that. You bought them to actually enjoy, to hold, to see them do stuff, but you don't want to always have to sit up on them like they're going to do something or get away, but you know, they technically they will. But this is one of the ways that I found that is very inexpensively, and we got 2 of these bags and 2 bar stools, so it lets us get around. So if you think about it, if we're holding 2 snakes, we got 2 snakes in here, we got a snake on the snake tree with pillows underneath, then that's 5. Am I doing the math right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 snakes that we can actually be exercising all at one time. You know, we don't necessarily have to hold them, but again, this is all about not enrichment. I hate that word, but exercising your snake. The more that they exercise, you see how she's not stopped moving yet. She's just constantly moving, constantly moving, constantly moving, because this is a brand new environment for her. So, and when you take them out of the tub, you notice how lethargic they are and how stiff they are. But then once you do this, man, I'm telling you, they just race through your hands and they're just so active. So I would take that as either it's one or two things. I mean, to be honest, shit. It could either be stress or it could be happiness. But either way, it gets them moving. So, and they're still eating, so I'm going to take it that it's not stress. But anyway, guys, now I'm going to show you the last and final way that we provide enrichment besides holding them, putting them on a snake tree, and putting them in the tree bag with the bar stool. So, all right, just hold on for 1 second. So we talked about the other snakes, you know, and they were a little bit smaller. So putting them on the tree, putting them in the tree bag makes sense. But what if you have a big 6-pound snake that's almost like 6 feet long or 5 feet long? What do you do with that snake? You can't put it on a tree, especially if it's a ball python, because it's heavy bodied. And you don't want to put it in there with the bar stool because it's strong enough to actually collapse the legs. I mean, it's just using common sense. But you just got home and you worked from dark to dark like I do normally. And so when you get back, you're just kind of at your wit's end. You're kind of like, well, I really want to hold my snake, which if you can do that, that's the optimal thing to do. But let me tell you what you can do. And this is so cool. I mean, because it's perfect. So I don't want to just pick her body up like that. So I got this Love's Cabin, and it's really for dogs. It's like for newborn puppies when they're being whelped. So what you can do here is you can actually get this on Amazon. And here's a link here, and I'm not sponsored by Amazon, but there's some cool products on there. And I'm pretty sure you can find these products anywhere. But this zips all the way up. And I won't zip it, but I'll just show you that it zips all the way up. And let me show you how she looks down off in there. Because once you zip it up, it's fully enclosed. And it gets her out, it gets her fresh air. And I would think, and I really think that bigger snakes need more exercise or more opportunities to get fresh air than smaller snakes, because as they get older and they get more mature in their lifespan, you know, we just need to care for them a lot more. You know, they're not going through the growth phase, so they're more likely to become obese. They're more likely to mask issues. So I think that giving them a place where they can actually exercise. And the good thing about this is I can actually, and I'll zip it up for you, like how I normally would do it. And this zips all the way around. So there's no holes in this. Even on the sides, there aren't any holes. So this is how it looks. Just for the purpose of the video, I'll unzip it. And again, guys, this right here, I think it was like 20 bucks at the most. Customer reviews, I saw that it didn't have any holes in it. And it had a large enough base that goes all the way up, and it's about, I'm going to say, 1.5 feet tall. But the base is so wide that the snakes can actually be in there. And it's semi-machine washable as well. But you can see just how this is better than just being in a tub all day. So what I'll do is, because it's kind of warm in here, it's about 76 degrees, so it's not really cold enough to cause any shock. They can exist at that room temperature for a while, as long as they're not digesting food. But I'll leave her in here for about 30 minutes. And that way she can really just stretch out. She can do what she wants to do. And then when I put her back in her tub and I'll hold her a little bit more, she can actually just feel like, okay, this has been a great day, or it's been a day, and I got some exercise. So maybe I'll take a good poop. And that's what we want our snakes to do anyway, so that they can eat tomorrow. Well, guys, you know, this is the end of this enrichment or exercise journey, and this is Big Mama again. She's going to be our ambassador snake. I don't think that I want to breed her because she's already old enough. She was old when we bought her, and I kind of thought about breeding her. But anyway, I just want to make sure that she can live out the rest of her days with exercise and not just be in a tub. And I'll work on getting her a bioactive enclosure, but we got to have the space first to do it. It doesn't make sense to have a bioactive enclosure and it creates clutter. But to the best of my knowledge, if you guys got any other tips, please like, comment, and subscribe, of course. But, you know, this is just something that I'll be doing the rest of the night as I drink more beer. It's just playing with my snakes. You know, they are definitely relaxing. I do enjoy the time that I have to spend with them. And, you know, it's just something I love to do. And I wanted to share what I'm doing with you guys. So if nothing else, guys, like I always say, enjoy the time that you have with your reptiles, or enjoy your reptiles and enjoy the time that you have with your family.